My name is personal injury attorney Danko Borkovic with Borkovic Law Group, personal injury law firm located in St. Petersburg, Florida. Our main focus is personal injuries, and most of those personal injury cases come from car crashes. So what I would like to talk to you about today is a situation where you or your loved one might be involved in a car accident, a significant car accident, and your vehicle has been damaged beyond repair, or it's been declared a total loss. What is a total loss? Many people have misconceptions about it, and many people don't understand how the total loss process here in Florida works. So I'll take a few minutes here, and if you watch this video, you should know a whole lot more about that. You have rights under Florida law when your car is damaged beyond repairs. Now, what's important to know is you need to establish a market value of your vehicle. That's not emotional value that you might feel your vehicle is worth because you had it for 10 years and it was a good old car. That is not what you paid for, and that is not what you owe on your car loan. Market value is simply what your market is worth in today's market in the area where you live or within a 50 miles vicinity of where you reside. So what is market value? Well, simply said, what one party is willing to pay for your vehicle and the other party, like yourself, is willing to sell your vehicle for under the circumstances that your vehicle is in a working condition. Now, when you have a total loss, your clearly vehicle is not in a working condition. So the question presented is, how do I go about determining value? Well, your insurance company or the insurance company of the other party that's responsible for your total loss should buy out your vehicle in a condition your vehicle was just prior to this accident causing total loss so whatever your vehicle market value was a day before an accident, that is what the market value is of your automobile. How do you go about that? Well, simply you do a research online. I would suggest going to a couple of websites: cars.com, autotrader.com, autoguru.com, local advertising, newspaper, anywhere you can pick up some realistic sales prices in your market to find out what similar automobiles like yours would be worth. Now, when I say similar, it might not be a possibility to find identical vehicle like yours because cars are somewhat unique, but what you want to look for is same year, make, model, mileage, approximate mileage to be more or less what your car had, same condition, and trying to locate a couple of those vehicles within a 50-mile vicinity of where you reside or your zip code. That will give you a realistic expectation. You can also reference NADA.com or kellybluebook.com. Now, there's a caveat to that. NADA or Kelley Blue Book does not give you a market value. They're just the estimating tool. They're not going to give you actual vehicles to use as comps. So many people have a misconception, well, Kelley Blue Book said this, so my car's got to be worth that. No, Kelley Blue Book will tell you more or less what you should expect, but you should go and do a market research and find actual comps in the market on those websites that I just mentioned to have a better understanding what your car was worth. Then you're entitled to get a compensation for sales tax. I believe it's 6% wherever you live, and perhaps a registration licensing fees, which is $200–300. So that is what your total loss payout should consist of. How do insurance companies come up with a total loss, or how do they declare the vehicle to be a total loss? You might have a brand new Mercedes that's worth $100,000, so you might have a $50,000 worth of damages on it and it's still repairable, not a total loss. You might have a 15-year-old no-name vehicle that will have maybe just a taillight damaged and it's still declared a total loss. Well, it's really all based on the market value of that automobile. So insurance companies generally look at 75% of the market value in repairable cost to declare it a total loss. So if it's 75% of what this vehicle is worth in today's market, If the repairs exceed 75% of its actual market value, then vehicle will likely be declared a total loss. If the vehicle repairs are below that threshold, then likely it will not be a total loss. Now you have to count that occasionally, and often rather, vehicle might have a supplemental damages. Once the tear down is done, there are going to be damages found underneath that were not visible to a naked eye in the initial inspection, and those damages might sometimes push your vehicle to be a total loss because additional supplemental damages will exceed that 75% of its market value. Sometimes you're going to be told, take the vehicle to a repair shop, and then a week later or 2 weeks later, shop will call you and say your car is total loss. That's why. During that time, you should be entitled to get a transportation expenses paid for. But be aware that if your vehicle looks like it's going to be a total loss, based on the research I just explained you how to do, you might want to start looking for a replacement vehicle right away. Do not wait for them to call you and tell you that your car is total loss and they're going to give you another 2 days of rental and you're on your own. If your vehicle is what we call obvious total loss, you might want to start looking at the replacement right away, obviously waiting for payment from insurance to replace that vehicle, but you want to secure your searching choices and want to secure some kind of safe idea where you're going to go and buy and replace the vehicle, because usually that's not a one-day process either. If you have any further questions regarding your automobile accidents, personal injuries especially, or if you have a total loss, call us immediately here at Borkovic Law Group at 727-798-5291. Thank you.